Hello, Christina here. This week I'm looking at fragrance layering. Now, fragrance layering isn't just for Christmas and New Year, although it can be made easier at this time of year because there are lots of gift sets available in your favourite fragrance, or maybe you are in the search of your favourite fragrance this Christmas. Now, I have a set for you which I've bought here, which is fragrance layering in its traditional sense. Now, when I say fragrance layering, I mean layering the same scent using different products, and what that will do, it will intensify your favorite fragrance, and it will also make it last longer, which means, and what I found doing fragrance layering, which I've done for many years, is you actually use less fragrance because you have those different layers. And I think for me there's something very exquisite, very sophisticated for a woman to not only look good and to feel good, but also to smell good. And people say that you tend to have one scent stronger than the other. Mine is definitely my sense of smell. I cannot leave the house without my perfume, and I fragrance layer. And there is a kind of running joke with family, with friends, in the workplace, that they can always smell me before they see me, and that is because of my fragrance layering. But when you think about it, it is economical, because when you do fragrance layer and you use less perfume, it means it lasts longer. So not all perfume houses will do a shower gel, a body lotion and a perfume in your favourite fragrance. So I want to show you a little bit about how you can mix and match. But this I bought from Molton recently. It's the Rosa Absolute. I absolutely love Rosa Absolute. It was very new for Molton. I did a video with my top 5, and I've used Molton for many years, and this scent is in my top 5. I absolutely love it. For the last 3 to 4 years, I'm really addicted to sophisticated rose fragrances, and I don't mean pink English rose, I mean the deep, dark, sexy red rose. Which this is what they use in Rosa Absolute. So the rose oil they take from roses that they grow in Lombardy in Italy. So here you have the shower gel, and you can, I don't know if you can pick it up really, but it's a crimson red. That's how beautiful it is. You've got the body lotion, and then you've got the eau de toilette. Now, normally I wouldn't buy an eau de toilette, especially if you want to be fragrance layering, because you want your perfume to last as long as possible, which is why you do fragrance layering. This from Molton is an eau de toilette. I would normally buy an eau de parfum, because they tend to last between 4 to 6 hours because the level of essential oil is higher. Now with Molton to be fair to them, their eau de toilette is on the cusp of an eau de parfum, but because it doesn't cross over enough, it is classed as an eau de toilette, but they don't have an eau de parfum. And I love it so much I had to buy it anyway. But to be fair to Molton it is very close. It is on the cusp of an eau de parfum. So if you find your favourite fragrance, let's say from Molton you can buy the shower gel, the body lotion and the eau de toilette, and that is the full set when it comes to fragrance layering. Now over here, now this is something that I bought to represent my honeymoon. When I go to new countries, I do have an addiction and a habit, whatever you want to call it, to buy something new. If I can find something new which inspires me. Now this is a very white floral fragrance. It's called L'Amour from Lalique, but it is also rose based as well. Now they don't have a shower gel to go with it, but they do have a body lotion. Now one thing you will notice, if you smell, for example, the shower gel, if it's available, the body lotion and the fragrance, you might notice a slight difference in the fragrances, and that is normal. They are purposely created that way so that when used together, the smell is harmonious. If everything smelled exactly the same, it would be too overpowering. So that's why it's slightly different. So when I smell the body lotion from Lalique, it's more woody. Now there is woody in here, if that's the right way to say it, but it is more white, white floral, rose, a slight woodiness to it as well, but there's more so in the body lotion. Now, there isn't a shower gel to go with this, so I can team it up in any way that I want. So if, for example, I want to bring out more of the rose, I could use a rose shower gel. Now, this morning, when I showered, I wanted something more uplifting. Now, in here also, because of the white floral, and there are citrus elements to it, I actually used Molton Brown. It's called Orange and Bergamot now. They've changed the name so many times. It's called Orange and Bergamot now, which picks up more of the neroli and the orange blossom. So I use that for my shower gel. And then I followed on with my body lotion and my perfume. Now what I did there, with it being during the day, I wanted to soften it slightly and pick up more of the citrus notes. If it was the evening and I wanted to intensify the rose element, then I would use the rose. So that's the way that you can alter your fragrance layering so that you create your own scent. Now recently, and I mean very recently, last weekend, I went to L'Occitane, and just by accident I saw the word, I looked up and I saw rose in a perfume, and I was like, L'Occitane, rose, and I picked this up, and it's called Oud and Rose. Now I think this was tailored for the Middle Eastern market. Now Oud is one of the most expensive perfume ingredients in the world, and it's actually a fragrant wood when I looked into it, but it's perfectly balanced with rose as well, and it has a slight element of vanilla. Now I'm not a vanilla fan, but it is perfectly balanced with the oud and the rose, and then a slightness, if that's a word, of the rose. Now it's on its own. It didn't have a shower gel, it didn't have a body lotion. I'm hoping that they can bring that to Cyprus so I can buy the whole set. However, because I love my fragrance layering, L'Occitane have also released, and again, I think this is a special edition, a recent special edition, their rose range. They've introduced a rose en Ren. It's not very French the way I'm pronouncing it, but it's called En Rouge, and it's a much more intense, sophisticated rose. So actually, I've teamed them up together in order to fragrance layer, quite by accident, to be fair. But then when I realised how I could use them together, I use them together as a set. So you've got the En Rouge, the shower gel, the body lotion, and the I think this is also an eau de toilette, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's an eau de parfum. So again, it will last longer. Now my tip for you for when you're applying your fragrance is this. Again, once you've found what products you want to use, and if you do need any help with fragrance layering, if you can't find the shower gel for your favourite perfume and you want some help with what to team it up with, then please do get in touch. When you are applying your fragrance, you want to apply it to where the body is warm. So here on the neck, here on the wrist, on the inside of the elbow. You can apply just below the midriff as well, because we tend to be warm there, behind the knees and on the ankles and on the calves as well. Now when you apply fragrance, you don't want to crush it, and what I mean by crush it is when you spray perfume here on your wrist and then you see some people where they rub it together. Don't do that, because when you're doing that, you're crushing the top notes, which means that your perfume won't last as long. And also, my third tip for you then is when you're applying your perfume, now in some perfume houses, they actually do a hair mist. Now your hair retains fragrances so well. I wish I realised this years and years ago, but I suppose not all fragrances do, fragrance lines do hair mists. So when you are applying your fragrance, I want you to do this. Now, I'll try and get it on camera, but literally, you don't want to apply your perfume directly to your hair because of the high alcohol content, but I want you to kind of spritz it, take your perfume out here and actually split all the way up and around, and it will just fall gently onto your hair. And that's another way of retaining that fragrance so that it lasts for longer. That is my tips for this week. Have a fabulous week. If I can help you in any way with your fragrance layering, do let me know, and I'll see you very, very soon.